NL thinks he's Miles Morales talking about some I can do both type shit. You know what? My grudge with Spider-Verse has gotten even worse because it's actually like I just look at my phone and I shake my head. When I leave a review on Letterboxd and someone leaves a comment on it that's like a joke I've heard 100 times before, I always click on their name just to see what their top 4 is. And there's like a 90% incidence that there's a Spider-Verse movie in the top 4. It's always, the one time I made the joke off the cuff, I didn't know how true it was, that the top 4 is always like the best movie that came out in the last 3 years, a Spider-Verse movie, one older foreign movie that they put in there just so you know that they got shooters, and then also a Studio Ghibli film. It's like every single time. Every single time. They aren't wrong. I think, like, I've only seen the first Spider-Verse. I thought the first Spider-Verse was really good. It being in 50% of 20 to 25-year-olds' top 4s on Letterboxd is crazy. But it's the same. I don't know what it is for millennials, but for Gen X or even elder millennials, probably Jurassic Park is in, like, the same boat. Like, Jurassic Park is a good movie, but, like, the way that people who were, like, 13 in the year 1995 treated is like it's the greatest piece of art that's ever been invented. Big Lebowski? Big Lebowski, believe it or not, I'm just bald. I'm not as old as most people who love the Big Lebowski. The Big Lebowski is slightly older coded than me. There's got to be something for it. Maybe it's Eternal Sunshine for my generation. I could see that. I mean, Eternal Sunshine, the thing is, the reason I feel like it doesn't fit is because I'm like, that movie's amazing. So obviously it doesn't apply because that really is one of the best movies ever made. So that the analogy doesn't hold, which means that the analogy probably holds as best as it possibly could. I thought it was a comedy, so it was not great for a first date. I can't do this again. I can't do this thing where I'm like, I fucked up my date by trying to show a girl a good movie. I'm sure it's probably totally fine. I have to believe that she just tanked it and was probably like, this was a good movie. Thanks for taking me. My friend asked me for a recommendation for a movie. I told him to go see The Lighthouse. Next day, he was pissed because he was going out on a movie date. Honestly, are the neurotypicals okay? I feel like it was totally fine to have a date and go see The Lighthouse. It gives you some shit to talk about. Like, this is, unironically, this is the data point that is, like, turning me towards believing that maybe I got something crazy going on upstairs. It doesn't seem like a big deal at all. It just seems like it's a complete non-issue. Might be the mermaid jerking off scene and the farting. Okay, so what are you suggesting? It's inappropriate for a date. The shit that pisses me off is you are all atheists and you're like, I don't want to watch a movie with farting is not appropriate for a date. Well, it's going to offend their tender sensibilities? Like, your attitude towards the movies that you can watch on a date with a woman are unironically misogynist. And you're calling me a misogynist because I didn't know about Nellie Taylor winning the Wyoming election for gubernatorial control of Wyoming in 1924, bro. Plus, the worst case scenario, if she actually does get offended and she doesn't want to watch it, don't you trust her to be like, this shit's kind of weird, turn it off? She's not just going to sit there and be like, whoa, he picked a bad movie. I'm never going to go on a date with this guy again. Doesn't make any damn sense. Why are you so puritanical? You're 22! Fucking chill out. It doesn't matter. Sit in the seat, watch the first 22 minutes of the movie, make out for the rest of it, and fucking add it to Letterboxd with whatever the consensus score is. This is the way, bro. They lost the sacred text. They don't know what they're doing anymore. They don't know what they're doing anymore. I watched The Hateful Eight in theaters with my Mormon grandpa, and that scene was not a fun time. I'm freaking out. I guess I trust everyone I see movies with to be adults, and they can just handle their own shit. You know how many movies I've seen where people are fucking? And I've like watched it on the couch with my parents when I was like 14. I don't give a fuck, man. I can't believe we have grown adults covering their eyes during sex scenes in like R-rated award-winning films with their parents. Just watch the fucking movie. It's not real. It's a fucking movie. Why would you take your grandpa to a Tarantino film? Because he's lived long enough on planet Earth that he can appreciate true cinema. I'm fucking dying. I'm fucking dying. You don't believe that these are real people. You don't believe that the person you're taking out on a date and possibly wooing and maybe falling in love with and getting married and starting a family with is a real person with interiority and some autonomy of their own. You don't believe that the people who raised you are real people with complicated emotions that can and mature sensibilities that can actually handle stuff. I'm freaking out. You think you're the only real person. You think you're the only, well, you're literally looking at the demography of it and I'm being, this movie wouldn't be appropriate for them. They're not an 18 to 35-year-old male who spends 8 hours a day on Reddit. What are you talking about? They're people. He looks so skinny while crashing out. Oh my God, it's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. Chicken potato is fucking working. Chicken potato is working gangbusters. Holy shit, this is awesome. I'm on that Ben Stiller meet the parents type diet. Oh. I saw Bridesmaids in the theater at 14 with my mom, and she laughed and poked me at the part where she mentions the son's blanket was stiff from jerking off into it. W mom. That's huge W mom energy. That's what moms are supposed to do. They're supposed to embarrass you. And you're going to say, like, Mom, that's not cool. Okay, stop jerking off into, like, fabric when your mom still does your laundry, you gross little boy. Jerk off into a fucking tissue and at least throw it in the garbage can. Or like flush it down the toilet or something, you fucking pervert. You can only jerk off into your bed sheets if you're the one who does the linens, you fucking moron. Of course she knows you're whacking it. What do you think, bro? Are you stupid? Everyone is now realizing their moms knew they jerked it. I'm so sorry, but if you're like in your 20s or older, and you somehow were still laboring under the delusion that your mom didn't know her teenage son was jerking off, you might be fucking stupid. How could they not know, man? You're like a little kid. You're not slick, man. Of course they knew. Can I tell you something else? The reason, if they never bring it up, the reason they never bring it up is because you have a truce. I know that, you get a little older and all of a sudden you're like, man, Every Saturday, my mom would be like, hey, me and your dad are just going to take a nap for a little bit. Are you good out here? And I'd be like, yeah, I'm fine, Mom. Wow, I guess working hard really makes you sleepy. They were fucking in there. I don't bring that up to them, and they don't bring the jerk-off shit up to me. This is the way, man. It's family business. You broke Omerta? Yeah, but it was funny. I never even saw my parents kiss. That's funny, man. Well, they were fucking other people then, in all likelihood. Hopefully. Why does that sound so sad? I think it's sad to live in a world where you never see your parents kiss. You look to your parents to be a model for what like a grown-up relationship is supposed to be like. And what if you never have one of those? Okay, it was not really my fault, to be honest with you. Top 15%. Some of us have divorced parents. Okay, but like you're, Magresta, I need you to be my strongest soldier. Having divorced parents is better than having parents that are unhappily married. If the marriage sucks, the fact that they got divorced is a buff. They buffed it in the patch, man. Also, this isn't really fair because my parents are still married and in love. It's really like 70s to 90s coded to be like an adult out here talking about like my parents are divorced. It's not for me to say that didn't give you trauma. I'm sure it gave you trauma, but they got it all out between the 70s and the 90s. Like every Jim Carrey movie in the 90s was about him being a bad father and him almost getting divorced from the dad's mom. Okay, but then they eventually reconciled. Okay, it's so easy to deal with. I literally can't say that because I've never been through it, but at the same time, it does feel to me like, people were getting divorced like crazy 20 years ago, and the kids are out there like still, they're grown-ups now. So I think most of them probably tank it. Sure, some of them are worse than others, don't get me wrong. Now I got to call some lady my dad's wife. That is fucking funny. I've never in my life been able to say something like, oh, my dad's wife. My mom's new boyfriend. I don't think that would be traumatic for me to get into the adjustment of saying something like my mom's new boyfriend. To have to send a message to someone that's like, I can't right now. Jeff's over. Oh, my mom took the car. She's on a date with Jeff. I'm like, fuck. Stuck in my fuck ass room because mom's out with Jeff right now. Mom's at the Lone Star Texas Grill with Jeff. Jeff has his own aluminum siding business, but he can't take the work truck for personal business. Fuck you, Jeff. Please stop. I beg you. Happiness is overrated. Sometimes we just want to feel miserable. Is it bad that I was happy when character fell into the pit? She's too shiny. Shiny people are sus, man. I need another review. Emotional terrorism. Fell into the pit. I'm reviewing this as an adult, so ultimately what I say doesn't matter. This must be Inside. Inside Out. It's unfortunate that I'm 19 now and still have a tragic vampire romance island. My joy must have gone on a trip about 8 years ago and got lost on her way back. Rip girly. Okay, whatever, man. I hate Letterboxd. I think it's mostly good, but there is some stuff that I don't necessarily vibe with. Yes. Better than Lost in Translation? I don't want to talk about it. I didn't know Lost in Translation had so many haters. I like Letterboxd. I just never read the reviews. My other problem with Letterboxd is, and I'm not saying that it's Gen Z doing this, because it could very well be millennials, but I feel like a lot of shit movies that came out when I was a teenager are ranked way too highly on Letterboxd because they're being rediscovered like 20 years later. And it's like people are looking back at the time wistfully without realizing that when they came out contemporarily, they were not good. They were like worse than the other shit that was coming out at the same time. Like, I'm sorry to say, Garden State should not be a 3.5 or whatever. Gardens, and some of this shit is, I'm willing to go to bat for this one. Why is the Darjeeling Limited at like a 4.1 on Letterboxd, bro? It's maybe the worst Wes Anderson film. The Life Aquatic, I do not like very much, but I will accept it being at like a 3.8 because people just go fucking crazy. The way I look at it, kind of, it's a little bit like, you know how in a Marvel movie, when like a character shows up from the comics, everybody goes, yes! I feel like The Life Aquatic is like that, but the Gulp Shido is the Brazilian guy with the hat playing the David Bowie songs, the Sue George David Bowie songs. So it's like every review is like, the movie's not that good, but I love when the Brazilian guy plays the guitar. Well, I'm like, well, the movie is the movie, so give the movie score. But Darjeeling Limited being at a 4.1 seems fucking crazy to me. Your review of Darjeeling is skewed because you got rejected by your crush during the film. It's the opposite of your eating popcorn rule. I did not get rejected by my crush at the Darjeeling Limited. It was within a 3-month period around that. I ate at a restaurant and then with her, and then on the way back, I told her, and she went, oh, interesting. Let me think about that for a minute. And I got out of her Plymouth Voyager and she fucking peeled out of my dorm parking lot, bro. I would not hold that against the Darjeeling Limited. I hold that against Plymouth, which a few years after that ceased to exist. Too fucking generous for them to have lasted that long to begin with. And then also the restaurant in downtown Kingston, even though it's not their fault. Now that restaurant unfortunately no longer exists, but it was a good restaurant. Smelled a little funky sometimes because it was like run by like an anarchist co-op, but the grilled cheese fucking slapped. And real Kingstonians will know exactly what place I'm talking about. I don't need to drop the name. Someone drop the name so I can go, yerp. Immediately got it. Immediately got it right. Gay Bob Dylan would be like, he sucks cock just like a man. Oh, he gawks just like a man. The last one to be like, yes, he does. He guzzles cum just like a man. Plug his mic in. Woody Guthrie at the fucking Newport Folk Festival. Don't do it, Bob. Don't go gay. I'm doing it. Once upon a time, you touched my balls. Didn't you? Dicking you.
Boo! Boo! Bob Dylan went gay! He went gay! That's so true. Gay Bob Dylan. A man in me would do nearly any ass. And then it writes itself after that point. You're so true. My girl going through my phone. What the hell is this? Title, Gay Hurricane. Pissing coming out on a gay night. Enter my boyfriend from the upper hall. He gives me a glass from a bowl of cum. Shouts out, my God, I've come a lot. Here comes the story of the hurricane. I'm not gonna say it, it's a different song. It's a distinct song, okay? It's like instead of the song Sarah, it was like about, Daryl, Grecian type statue with a hell of a cock. Daryl, now that you got me, you don't need a sock. Something like that.